Hi, my name is Andy Fletcher, and I'm going to be sketching the Great Northern Railway logo. The Great Northern logo is composed of circles. Now we go to work on Rocky the Goat, and as Great Northern was built by James J. Hill, Great Northern was built with private funds and was known as the route of the Empire Builder, named after James J. Hill. So I'm working here on Rocky the Goat, and it's always good to just sort of take your time. I know it might look like I'm sketching this, but actually I got my start pretty much. I used to watch a lot of grain trains go through Essex, Montana, and back in that day there were still quite a few Great Northern hopper cars, even though Great Northern had long since gone away. I'm going to write great. Now, a lot of practice. Great. Into the Burlington Northern, of course, which is now the BNSF. Great. Writing around circles, putting lettering around circles takes a lot of patience, practice. Also spacing words. That's just something to just practice. Even I find myself starting over, erasing. But Great Northern was built from Minnesota to the Northwest. It was basically a lifeline for much of the far Northwest and helped develop Glacier National Park. And a lot of the mountain goats, such as Rocky the Goat here, which became the trademark. Like, see right here, I see a little bit of the cliff under his foot. See, I drew that first, and once I started doing more of the drawing, I kind of could see that that little piece of bluff under Rocky's foot kind of goes down a little bit more. But there were so many mountain goats because there are a lot of salt licks around there, natural salt coming out of the ground. Actually, I still would see the mountain goats quite a bit at the salt licks. It's kind of an interesting place. It's a great place to watch trains. It's a great place to see nature up places like Essex, Montana, and the whole area around. Glacier Park. So I'll be filling in the red. And at times it looks like I do this a little bit quickly, but as I often say, I'm just doing a demonstration. And as I said, I've drawn this Rocky the Goat many times. As I said, some of the first practice I got was drawing Rocky the Goat on grain hoppers when I was in junior high. And that was kind of how I practiced drawing trains at first. And just practice, practice, practice is always a good thing. The more you practice, like as I said, seeing that bluff under Rocky's foot, the more you start to see the shapes of things. Just drawing hundreds of grain hoppers. And then here I will write Great Northern. Now I'm probably going to go over these letters twice because Great Northern is very thick. And as I said, always take your time when you're doing this. It's not probably the best example that I'm sitting here doing it this quickly. If I were doing a real drawing, I would be doing this a lot slower. See, like this H. I'm trying to go so quickly in this demonstration that I'm not trimming around some of these. But I would see these hopper cars and they would still say Great Northern. They still had the goat. Still see a few of them today. They're really kind of neat to see. And then I'll go around the outside of this symbol. And again, when you're going around a circle, you want to be very patient. As I said, this is not the best way to show how patient you should be. I've done this many, many times. Should almost get a big template and do it. And I think I'll sign it. And there's Rocky the Goat and the Great Northern Railway logo.